Hello, my name is Jarrett Kerbel, the Rector of the Church of St. Martin in the Fields here in Philadelphia, and welcome to my weekly video Rector's Note. This is for the week of May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. And happy Cinco de Mayo. Feliz Cinco de Mayo para ustedes. Thank you for joining me today. It's great to be with you, even through video. During Holy Week this year, the pandemic was already in progress. We were scrambling to create an online experience for our membership. I decided to take up a new spiritual practice. And my new spiritual practice was fasting. I had resisted fasting for 53 years, mostly because I told myself I have a high metabolism and I am prone to hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, which is another way of saying extreme grumpiness when hungry. I think there's a current term called hangry that puts hungry and angry together. So I avoided it because I eat like a small rodent, and if I stop eating, I get grumpy. For some reason, I felt now was a time at 53 years old to experiment with fasting. So I tried it, and I have to recommend it to you. If you don't have a health reason for avoiding it, perhaps give it a try. What I discovered was a cleansing experience, an experience of clarified focus and concentration. Because what happens when you fast is every time that urge to eat, every time your stomach growls, every time you want to head for food, and that's just food, because when you fast, I recommend you continue to drink water, by the way. But when you are possessed of the urge to eat, you just gently and kindly substitute just a minute of prayer. So I'm feeling that hungry urge, and what I do is refocus that energy into a simple prayer to God to be my spiritual food, to be the object of my desire, the object of my need. Very simple, very brief. Hunger comes and hunger goes. Each time hunger comes, a brief prayer, and then the hunger recedes. So the fasting becomes a way of embedding prayer throughout the day, and it becomes a way of practice that redirects desire, redirects our basic urge for nourishment to our ultimate source of nourishment. It redirects our desire to our ultimate desire, our desire for intimacy with God. I think this might be a great practice for all of us, this redirection of desire, this redirection of urge. Even during this time of pandemic, we can make it a retreat day each week where we fast. You can fast for 8 hours. You can fast for 6 hours. Some people I know skip breakfast and eat dinner. Some do the reverse. Always drink water and ignore this spiritual practice if you have health concerns. This is a practice for otherwise healthy people. Another thing I love about this fasting practice is, as people of faith, we have this spiritual freedom to observe and listen and reflect on very basic matters of life and death, and find a pathway to God, a pathway to a deeper meaning, and a wellspring of love that's unfailing. I had this funny experience in my yard. I'm a gardener. I grow vegetables. and I grow flowers. And I like to landscape and mow the lawn and have all that fun. I'm not a Philadelphia level gardener. I have discovered that there's a whole nother level out there that I'm not part of. I don't know any Latin names. I don't know what a rhizome is, but I enjoy getting my hands dirty and I love watching plants grow. And if you asked me what is my greatest love and motivation in life, it is watching growth, mostly in people. Well, there I was mucking around in the garden a couple weeks ago, and I was stumbling around in this heap of yard waste that I create every year next to our shed. And I was looking for this shrub that I'd pulled out a few months ago. I was convinced it was dead. So I yanked it out and I chucked it on my heap. What I really wanted was the dirt ball at its roots so I could throw that in a hole in the yard. I picked it up and I was marching determinedly across the yard, looked down at the shrub, and saw it was leafing out. There was new life and growth coming on this discarded, rejected shrub. It had just been laying on its side in a heap, and yet life persisted. Life returned. And it was this happy, joyous discovery that stopped me in my tracks and sent me scurrying for a shovel and finding a nice place in the yard to plant my newfound living shrub. Friends, as people of faith, as followers of a risen Christ, it's in our character, it's who we are to look for life where there is death, to look for beginnings where there are endings, to look for what is found, what is gained, what is discovered in loss. This is our great gift in following a risen Lord. We lose our lives to find our lives. We die to self to find ourselves. What a gift it is to enter into the spaces of loss, the spaces of hunger, with a gift of hope. This wonderful gift that sustains us and guides us and says, hang on, keep looking, life is coming, just wait, just open your heart, it will come. So my friends, let's be that community of risen life. Let's hold open that space for God to act in new ways with new life and new beginnings. Let's hold that open for ourselves, for our families, and for each other in our prayer, even while we're apart. God is acting. New life is coming. Nothing is stronger than God's love for us. Bless you all. Know that you are loved. Be healthy and be well. And please stay in touch.